So here's how to produce a singer-songwriter production from the very start to the very finish using Logic Pro X. So to avoid being overwhelmed or distracted by all the different options, we need to divide our workflow into 3 different stages. So first things first, you'll want to load up all of the instruments you will be using: Logic drummer, pianos, electric keyboards, bass guitar, and if you plan on recording some guitars or vocals, you'll want to set up your recording rig right before jamming or composing. Once ready, you will also want to do a vocal, guitar, or piano take from start to finish so you can see the full arrangement of your song. Once you've done that, you want to use the marker function in Logic to divide your song up into verse, chorus, bridge, etc. Don't worry about the takes being perfect or in time, because getting the best takes should actually be done in the next stage. If you sing or play an instrument, then I highly recommend working in the following order: guitar and piano chords first, lead vocal only, ad-libs and harmonies to come later, and drums and bass if needed. Only once you have a basic outline of your song should you proceed to the next stage. Again, don't worry if things aren't in time or they aren't the perfect take, because you can fix these at the later stage. So once you have a basic outline of your song or arrangement, you should go through all of your ideas and tracks and delete all of those that are not usable. If you think there's an idea or a part that might be of use later on, you can use Logic's hide function to hide away any tracks. Make sure to mute them first though, because you can always revisit and use those ideas later by hitting H on your keyboard to bring these ideas back. So once you've cleared up your tracks, you're now going to focus on redoing takes or instrumental parts that aren't in time. So you're going to polish things up. Here are some other key features that will help you tremendously in getting your instrumental parts to sound good. It's the quantizing function, fixed note length, fixed note velocity, and flex pitch. As far as possible, you want to try and avoid adding or composing more instrumental parts here, and try to do all of this stuff at the composing stage. If you really do want to add another instrumental part here, then finish polishing and fixing everything first, and then you can go in and add little fills or ad-libs or stuff like that. Don't worry about fancy plugins and confusing terminology. As a beginner, there are only 3 areas that you really want to focus on. So these are volume, EQ, and reverb. So first things first, find an existing song out there and use that to reference how loud or soft everything in your mix should be. And once you've done that, you'll want to make volume adjustments so your track's instruments roughly match that of your reference track. So for example, how loud are the vocals relative to the guitars and the pianos? So for now, keep it simple. Cut out any low frequencies from anything that isn't a drum or bass instrument, and you'll want to start cutting off at 150 Hz. Pianos, guitars, and vocals generally benefit from a slight boost to the higher frequencies. So you can make a wide boost at 10k Hz upwards and try not to boost beyond 5 dB. Reverb. So put any stock reverb on the master output channel and keep the mix and decay extremely low to the point where it's just noticeable. And this will have the effect of making your song parts sound cohesive, as if they were played in the same room. So these techniques alone may not necessarily get you to the Grammys, but I guarantee they will help your production sound better than they are currently. So when it comes to mastering, just don't overthink this. You can go ahead and use any of Logic's stock mastering presets. Just make sure that the compression isn't reducing below -5 dB. And from here, you should have something that sounds much better than when you first started. So if you want to produce, mix, and master your songs at a professional level, you can reach out to me on Instagram at Chris Dorn Mentoring. I also have tons more free music production content there as well. Thanks for watching, and if you found this useful, don't forget to like and comment below.